I'm out scouting firewood. This is a good time of year to do it before the leaves all fall off the trees. So I'm back up on the high area and just kind of looking things over. They're so crowded in here that a lot of times they don't get enough light and they die off. So now you can pick out the dead ones. I can go through and cut them down. I think I'm going to cut down today and then get them all down. Start at one end, cut them all down, and then start pulling them out from the front end. Do it instead of jumping off and on the tractor all the time. I think I'll do it in two different moves. But at least get them down, and then at least get them drug out in the open. Then I could cut them anytime. But it's a good time to do it. Well, I was going to talk about something. I watched, I kind of keep an eye on what's going on. So it's funny, because I do get comments from people all the time saying, "Oh, but you don't understand." Oh, I understand. I observe these things. It amazes me how uninformed a lot of people are. A lot of them don't want to be informed. They don't want to know what's going on. It's hard to take. Anyway, I was watching this new governor in New York giving a little talk. And I don't think it was actually a church. I think it was like a community center. But he was bringing religion into this thing in a pretty creepy way. But they're getting all these mandates going in New York. They're going to fire a hell of a pile of medical people and police, and they've already got riots in the streets because of the mandates. But anyway, she was saying, well, if they ain't going to get shot, then they're going to be fired, and we'll bring in people from other states. Well, they ain't going to fly. People. Other states need the people that they got. They aren't going to let them hike off to New York to do her bidding. And then they said, well, we'll bring in the National Guard. Well, the National Guard kind of got their hands full. All those people have jobs. If they want to bring in medical people out of the National Guard to do the job of the people that they're firing, you're going to short somebody else. It's a weird move. And it isn't like these people aren't really trained for this, or the ones that are trained to handle this kind of thing, like I say, are already got jobs in hospitals. They've got their hands full. They don't need to be shifted to New York because she's got it in her head to fire these other people. And the same thing has happened with police departments. And she was saying, well, we're bringing men from other countries, medical people. Well, we've already got a lot of our medical people are from other countries, and we're going to shuffle in more now. But the same with the police. They're saying, well, the creepiest thing I heard there was, we're going to, because a lot of the police are going to quit. A lot of military people are going to quit or be discharged dishonorably because they won't take this vaccine. So her idea is, well, we've got these Afghans, they're sitting around doing nothing. Quite a few, well, they don't know really how many, it's a, iffy deal, but some of them are Afghan military that immediately deserted, but we had trained them. So the theory is, well, we can use them for police. I really don't think people are going to take kindly to having Afghan people policing our streets. I don't think that's going to fly. I think you're going to have some really bad encounters there. But that was their great scheme, or kind of a threat, you know. But when she was talking, you know, she brought religion into this. You know, this vaccine is from God. Well, hey, that's a pretty big stretch there. But you said, well, the scientists were from God. God inspired these scientists to create this vaccine. Ooh, I tell you, you mix religion and science, you get a cult. And that's what we have. We have a cult of the vaccinated going, which is really creepy. But then she even, you know, she shows this necklace that she's got that says vaxxed on it. And this got me curious if this was a thing, because I hadn't heard of this. But it is a thing. There is all kinds of that stuff for sale so that you can show the world that you're vaccinated. Now, I was for this before. I was always thinking like a V tattoo on their forehead because I would like to know who's vaccinated so that I can avoid them. I'm not worried about unvaccinated people. These vaccinated people have got me concerned. I would love to be able to avoid them. And if it takes jewelry to give me the clue, okay. But she's a piece of work. We'll see how this goes. But I don't know that these people, why they don't think this through a little bit more. I actually know people who got vaccinated, going along with the program, thinking, you know, well, I get the flu shots and, you know, I guess I'm supposed to get vaccinated, I'll get vaccinated, and not really realizing that this isn't really technically a vaccine. This is a whole nother ball game. You know, there's a way that vaccines work. This doesn't work that way. This is a whole different thing, an experimental thing. Even the guy who dreamed this crap up is getting a lot of static because he isn't for all this mass vaccinating. But like I say, it's got to be a cult. But there are people who, like I say, I know that have got vaccinated, and now kind of they look back and they think, you know, not that they had a bad reaction to this, at least yet. We have no idea what what experiment you're getting involved in here. What will happen down the road is yet to be seen. But I know people who have got vaccinated and now wish that they wouldn't have, only because now they find that they've been indoctrinated into this cult of the vaccine when they really had no desire to be in a cult. You know, they didn't understand what they were getting into. Yeah, it's creepy, but, you know, the world can be a creepy place. It's really going to be fascinating. You know, you watch what's going on now, and think like back in the Middle Ages, the stuff that was going on. You know, like when there was the Black Death, all these plagues going around, the way people reacted back then, and the thing that, you know, if you look back, say like 20 years down the road and look back at the things that are going on now, it's going to be just appalling, But yet they plow ahead with this, wow. Not thinking ahead at all. Everything is like a knee-jerk sort of thing, and that ain't the way to work it, but it's interesting. Well, I'll go home and get the chainsaw, start cutting. But I have to keep my eyes out for those vaccine jewelry. Yeah, she is something else. I tell you, you people can really pick them. I mean, politician-wise, there are people in government who actually make sense. But you kind of push them to the side. No, we got to get this lunatic. Put them in power. That's what we want. I guess it makes it more interesting. I don't know. But I have seen people in government who I have faith in. But none of these that I'm seeing now, that's something else. I'd rather just stay the hell away from me. It's good to know there's another cult out there to keep my eyes open for, and if they will give me a clue and wear that necklace, I'm all for that. But it's amazing how much when I look the stuff that's online now to show your vaccination status, that the jewelry and the things to hold your cards and like a tag thing that you can wear around your neck so that, it's like an ID, so everywhere you go, everybody knows you're vaccinated. From my point of view, this is great. It's a warning. It's like weird. It makes me think of like dogs wearing rabies tags. Oh, you people have no idea what you're getting yourself into, but yet you think you do. So you plow ahead. Never a second thought. But the future will come, and we'll look back at this and say, what the hell were they thinking? But now we got a cult to deal with. And they really are. The perfect, like the idea where she was telling people, that this is from God. And now that all of these people listening to who are like disciples and they have to go out and spread the word about the glorious vaccination. Damn, that's creepy. But I'm glad you're a long ways. You guys are loony.